saying comes from actors believing that saying good luck would bring bad luck, so they say the opposite of what they wanted, a broken leg. That's actually funny, and that actually makes perfect sense. So I guess they didn't want to jinx it, like say good luck or whatever. They wanted to avoid that, so they just say break a leg. I never would have guessed that, and that's actually kind of funny, not gonna lie. I'm so sorry, everyone. I've caused you nothing but trouble. Don't worry about it, Risha. All the running around we did today is pretty typical workday for us. It's all simply part of the job. Yep, no worries, Risha. Forget about us and just focus on your guys' preview performance. So take your own advice, Randy. It's gonna be hard for you to forget about Elie and Risha. If you say so, then I will. Thank you, everyone. Preview performance? The hell? You don't know about it already? Arkansas puts a sneak peek of their new show before it's available to the public. That's correct. This will be my first time performing in one. People all over the continent from both the industry and media will be attending. I'm sure many influential people have been invited too, in order to boost awareness of our new show. Wow, it's pretty crazy. By any chance was Mayor McDowell invited as well? Ah yes, here's our guest of honor. I'm told he plans to support the show in conjunction with the anniversary festival. He's quite kind despite his busy schedule. He made time to stop by and encourage us. I very much like him. Good luck with the preview, Risha. Maybe your first time, but I'm sure you'll perform wonderfully. You think so? Absolutely. Considering all the practice you put in, I doubt you have anything to worry about. Hell yeah, this play is gonna bring down the house. I'm gonna look forward to it. I'm quite looking forward to it. I really appreciate the kind words, everyone. I'll get back to my practice then. Thank you for all your help. That is a really interesting origin, I agree. Dude, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try to... I don't know if I'll do this every day, I'll try to remember. But I wanna think of, like, sayings and, like, bring them to, like, conversation and be like, I wonder where this came from. That could be really fun. Ready to head back, guys? Might as well. I feel exhausted, both mentally and physically. Me too. Like, there's so much about the English language, like, one can know. I think it'd be interesting to add a little bit of learning to my streams. Anyway, we're going back to the SSS now, I think. Take me back to the SSS. It's options, Nova. Wait, it's not working. Alright, I know the way too. It's fine. Maybe there's gonna be like a cutscene so they won't let me fast travel. Yeah, this is why. Wait, isn't that... Oh yeah, if you want to add like a different, like Armenian or something, that's honestly fine too. I like learning. Ah, thank goodness. No, like low-key, I love learning new things. It's so fun to learn new things, whether it's like about origins, English, Spanish, what have you, anything. I like learning things. I was just starting to wonder if I came to the wrong place. Ernest? Did you come to see me? Yes, I did. I have business to attend to at the office, so I decided to stop by. Elie? What's wrong? You don't look too great. Well, if I remember correctly, you guys were visiting Arkansas earlier today, right? Did you run into some sort of problem with your police work? Well, sort of. It's nothing major, but... someone in the troop requested our help, and, we went to report what we found, that's all. You know, I wasn't sure if I should stop by here today or not, but I'm sure now that it was the right decision. What do you mean? Allow me to be honest with you. Elie, I want you to quit the force and return to us. Ooh, that's gonna be quite a problem. Quit the force? I won't allow it. I mean, Elie won't allow it, but I won't allow it. Whoa there, buddy. They came out of left field. I get the impression this doesn't stem from feelings of love, at least. I know it was your idea to join the CPD, Elie. seeing you now, you look so worn down, so lost. Are you sure this is really the right path for you? What are you saying, Ernest? Listen to me. I know you understand the current political climate and the despair that comes with it better than anyone. And that's likely where your initial urge to join the police originated from. You're just trying to think about the torment and pain the mayor's going through, how he feels in the current situation. With the anniversary festival coming up next month, Mayor McDowell is up to his neck in work. After that, it's right back to arguing with Imperial and Republican factions over the budget. And in 6 months, he'll be up for re-election. I'm sure you know Mayor McDowell is planning to retire, but without someone to carry his policies, he feels like he can't. I'm sure that if you were by his side, he'd feel much more confident about being able to keep going with his work. I'm sorry, perhaps I'm overstepping. However, I can't ignore the issue any longer. As someone who respects Mayor McDowell and has been with your family for years, I can't stand idly by any longer. Ernest. Of course, the path you ultimately choose to follow is entirely up to you. I just want you to stop and think about whether this path you're on now is the right one. Alright. You're in, dude. You're cool. You're cool. It's not like you will quit the police, but are you sure you want to be with the police? Like, think this through. Good man, good man. I'm gonna need some time. Excuse me, everyone. I'm so tired, I'm gonna go rest in my room for now. Sure. My apologies for suddenly showing up out of the blue like this. It's okay. It seems to be a pretty complicated family matter. Just try not to bother Mademoiselle for a while, you got it? Seconded. Perhaps, personally, it feels like you're attempting to take Elie away from us. I'm sorry, that wasn't my intention. However, you are aware she originally wanted to be a politician before joining the police, aren't you? Really? Ha, you're pulling my leg? That would explain her seemingly boundless knowledge of politics and economics. Politics. As the granddaughter of the current mayor, she grew up surrounded by politics. It was only natural for her to pursue a career in it. Politics. To that end, she studied abroad in a number of different nations to hone her skills for international relations and learn foreign policies. However, she returned home last year. She was dead set on joining the CPD. So that's what happened. I was unaware. I did always wonder why a fancy lady like her was working for the CPD. Would you keep an eye on her until she makes her decision? I can't bear to see her flounder about like this unsure about the path in life she should take. Words. It's the 8th bell. Goodness, it's already gotten so late. Sorry for taking up so much of your time. I'll get out of your hair now. Okay then. There's a saying in Armenian that translates to the elephant. The elephant visited the ant's hamburger restaurant. Interesting. There certainly has been a great deal to sigh about today. Sure has. We got put through so much shit. Definitely one of those days that just kicks you in the nuts over and over. And those days suck. I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean. This is honestly based. I know exactly what you mean. Those days suck, don't they? Anyway, let's report back to the chief and call it a day. Took the words right out of my mouth there, Lloyd. Yo, Zai. The true best character in Crossbell. So that's where things stand. Well, you're gonna tuck your tail between your legs and give up here? You're saying we have a choice? The First Division took over the case. There's no way we can oppose them given our team's position on the force. Yeah, I guess not. The Fox will track you down and give you his longest bitching session yet. Probably. We not simply offer our assistance to the First Division. Don't know how well that play out considering the shit we got from that glasses wearing dick. Yep, also a long shot. CPD's real fussy when it comes to jurisdiction. Makes cooperations between departments a real pain in the ass. That goes double for the First Division. No way a group of elites like them would accept help from a group of rookies like the SSS. But if you're talking about working incognito, that's another topic altogether. I love incognito. I'm down. Sir? This is the SSS, the most unconventional department on the force. Sure, HQ tends to ignore us, but that gives you guys a certain level of discretion you can use to your advantage. Basically, as long as you stay quiet about it, you can poke your nose into other departments' jurisdictions without sending them into a tizzy. You do realize you just said we could ignore our superior orders, right? What a bad influence. It's like I told you before. I may not be able to help you in the field, but I'll cover your asses when I can. In the end, you guys will need to be the ones who take action, though. That being said, your current situation might make this plan impossible to pull off. One of you is struggling to figure out what to do. It is something you can only overcome by operating as a team. You're right, but... yeah, it's hard to get fired up without Mademoiselle... Hard to get fired up without Mademoiselle with us. Sorry, my brother was texting me about dinner. The way she was acting, it was like her head was somewhere else entirely. She's been like that all day from what I can tell. Is Elie gonna be alright? It's nighttime. Elie. Over these past 2 months, I thought we'd become pretty close. It seems like I never really understood the important things she was dealing with. I had no idea she was Mayor McDowell's granddaughter and an aspiring politician on top of that, huh? I mean, you've only known Elie for like, what, a month? Like, how long have you been in this game? Like, in-game time? Like, 2 months? Probably no more than like a month, right? At this point? The point is, you haven't known Elie that long. If I recall correctly, you didn't attend the police academy, right, Elie? So how'd you end up with the CBD? Well, to put it simply, this is my way of getting some real-world experience. While I didn't attend the academy, I did take a written exam and marksmanship test when I applied. They couldn't really reject me since I received perfect marks on both tests. Yeah, it couldn't have been more than 2 months. Like, we can't be any more than 2 months into the game. You know, the more I learn, the more I feel like we're worlds apart. You think so? Pretty rare for rookies to have already earned their detective license, though. You must have your own reasons for joining the CPD, right, Lloyd? Well, that's... Perhaps it'd be best to continue this talk after we've officially become co-workers. Alright. I'll go see if Ellie's up for a chat. If she's worried about something, maybe I can help somehow. Maybe we can continue that conversation we started. This is not Live Alive. You cannot look into cabinets to find items. What is all this? Interesting. Weights? Lloyd lifts? He lifts weights? Hey, Randy. Hey, what you up to, Lloyd? Going out into town? Well, not exactly. It's about Mademoiselle then, huh? I can't blame you for being worried. Seems like she's got a lot on her mind right now. Not sure if it's the kind of stuff we should be butting into, though. Might be true, but still, if something's on her mind, I want her to know she can rely on us. It's a vacant room, locked. Ah, it's you. Why the long face? How about you toss that scowl away before you come in here? Sorry about that. Still working, Chief? The SSS, unconventional as it may be, is still part of the CPD, so that means paperwork. If you don't have any pressing issues, kid, could you leave me to this? I'd like to get all this finished before daybreak, you know? You got like a few months before then. Right, sorry for the interruption. The joke there was the Kuro game is called Trails Through Daybreak or whatever. For people that don't know. Which I will not be playing for a while. Which is fine, because Trails is really behind. That's the benefit about being behind on Trails, is that I don't have to wait for new releases. Hey, Zeit. What a lad. Zeit definitely enjoys his lounging. I love Zeit. A true best crossbow character. Comes out in July? I thought Daybreak didn't have a day. Did they officially come out with a month now? A day too? I remember it just said summer. I didn't know it had a day. I mean, it doesn't really matter for me because I'm not playing a day of. But I thought it just was summer. But again, that's the good thing about being behind on trails, where I don't even need to. It's gonna be a while before I really have to wait. Like, I'll always be caught up on the releases. Here goes nothing. Ellie, do you have a minute? No reply. Is she asleep? No, I don't sense anyone inside. Ellie, sorry, I'm coming in. Just as I thought, she's not here. Where could she have gone? I'll try looking around the building. She's probably on the balcony. Who wouldn't go on the balcony? Called it. Lloyd? Yes, that is my name. Hey, Ellie, how'd you know it was me? Just a hunch. I don't know why, but I had a feeling you'd come here. What, do you already know, or like, are you basically saying that you and Lloyd are the canon relationship? You're speaking to the fans? The fans told you that? Yes, you were right. Breathtaking as always. Isn't that the IBC in this distance? Yes, it is. I tell you, would find the cityscape as beautiful as Crossbells, even if you scour the entire continent. I don't know, girl. I went to a lot of cityscapes in my time, in other continents. Not to say this doesn't look great, but oh, to not find another view? Yet the more the lights of the city shine, the more the stars seem to dim. The purity of starlight, the symbol of Eidos' love. I was thinking over everything that happened today. With Ravash, Hayui, and Dudley. No matter what you do, you can't change Crossbell's true nature. Ravash's iron grip is here to stay. I already read this. I'm not going to read it again. I'm just going to leave it on the screen. Save my voice a little bit. Let the Japanese voice actors do their job. Despite not, like, understanding Japanese, I like when Japanese voice acting... Like, I prefer English dubs. I will always choose an English dub if I get the option, but... I do appreciate Japanese voice acting if it's in the game. I'd rather have... Basically what I'm saying is, I'd rather have Japanese voices over no voice acting at all, because it just adds, like, flavor to the game. It's really nice. Like, Japanese voice acting sounds really good, but I'm just always going to choose English because that's the language I understand. Like, in a game like this, I'd rather have Japanese voices than no voices. That was the darkness of the city, the tragic truth of the state called Crossbell. We're kept alive only by the will of the Empire and the Republic, stripped of all pride and fed constant lies and deception. We're drowning in false prosperity and novelties only because our captives allow it. Everyone just surrenders to these circumstances and accepts the status quo without realizing its true cost. That's the city we live in. Maybe you're right. You don't want to surrender just yet, do you, Ellie? Words. I once had a mother and a father. I suppose putting it like that makes it sound like as if they passed away. They're still very much alive. Okay, I was gonna say, like, okay. I know what you're saying, but still, the way that line came out just made me chuckle. What I meant to say is, they divorced when I was little. My mother lives in the Empire now, and my father in the Republic. I had no idea. My father was born and raised in the Republic. He moved to Crossbow City and met my mother. After marrying into the MacDowell family, strove to become a politician. Immediately after he joined the Diet, he recognized Crossbell's ugly, distorted reality. As someone with a strong sense of justice, he made it his duty to mend this broken city. Year after year, he drafted reform bills, all in the hopes of bringing change to the state. That's amazing. No, in the end, none of his bills were ever passed. The Imperial and Republic factions both shunned him, ridiculed him. One by one, his allies betrayed him, friends left him, and he became the laughingstock of the political world. I'm not even 2 hours in stream and I'm already dying. I'm already dying. Not even my grandfather, as well respected as he is for being neutral, was able to mend his career. Crossbell brought my father to utter despair. And then one day, he quit as a Diet member, as a husband, and as my father. He decided to leave everything behind for Calvard. Mother couldn't stop him. At the same time, she couldn't uproot me, still a small child, to follow him all the way there. Eventually, they settled on a divorce and my father was gone for good. It always seemed like Mother hated him for what he did, but I got the impression that underneath it all, she still loved him. It soon became apparent that living in Crossbell, the state that robbed her of her love, would be too much to bear. My mother left to go with relatives in Arabonia. It was then that I was taken in by my grandfather, who raised me into the person I am today.